Win in a new job was always going to be special. To get it against this opponent under the circumstances tonight, how does that feel?
The first win, of course, brings a lot of joy. It's clear. We had a difficult start, and I'm really happy, especially for the fans, that we bring them this victory. And of course, for them, it's really important to bring that victory over Liverpool. That's clear.
How was your first? I know you've had experience of huge games. How was your first experience of Manchester United against Liverpool?
I enjoyed it from the first minute on. It was such a big fight, and I really enjoyed it from both teams. I think they make a huge performance. It was a great night for all the football fans, but of course, especially for the Manchester United football fans.
It was a very different Manchester United that we saw tonight from the first two games of the season. How did you achieve that?
We had a quite good pre-season, and we played on a good level, but then we had some setbacks, and it was not easy to deal with that, but sometimes you have that in the season, but also when you start in the process, you have to find out the characters, the behavior of individuals and of a team, and I was definitely not satisfied with that. I was in pre-season, but especially in Brentford game I wasn't. And I told them, and today you saw the reaction, and that is the attitude. I don't think they can bring it always that far as today, but what you can expect is always energy, always focus, always fighting spirit, act as a team, and that is a demand, and that is a base for winning games.
You needed the intensity, you needed the spirit, but you also needed the quality in front of goal, and you got it from Jadon Sancho and Marcus Rashford. How important for those players and for you that they were able to rediscover that scoring touch?
It's really important because in their mindset there's some things I cannot do all the defending work and then also be a threat in offense, but you saw today they can do. And I'm sure it has to be a way of life. They will get even stronger. And when we press in this way, it's really difficult for opponents to get out, to play their football. And then when you win ball, you can run behind and you can dribble behind and you can make combinations. And I think football makes fun for them. And that is what I really saw with the two of them. And when they get reward by a goal, and that is for them is that really magnificent and great.
And what do you need to do now to make sure that you get the same level of performance from your team at the weekend against Southampton and going forward, and that there's no regression to what we saw against Brighton and Brentford?
I start with the mindset that they understand that this attitude, that is what they have to bring, and it starts in the preparation. Of course, we have to enjoy the first 24 hours, but then go with your focus to the next game, because every game is a battle, and there are no easy wins in the Premier League, and that is what this team has to understand. Therefore, we need leadership, and we bring that. We have really good footballers. If they construct that team, then the team performance will be good, and then we have a chance to win a lot of games.
Erik, thank you so much for your time, and congratulations on the win tonight.
Please.
I just felt, looking at the balance, if you'd have played Henderson and you'd have played Fabinho and maybe Cavani,
well, yeah,
that gives you a better balance.
Again, I don't think Fabinho gives you that much creativity. It'll make it solid in the middle of the pitch, of course it will.
But then you're playing Milner in
players.
an advanced position when Milner never scores a goal.
Yeah.
I'm amazed that Fabinho, he has to have been injured. He has to have been injured for not to play today. They said it was tactical before the game. I think the reporter just gave Jurgen an out with the question. But he had to be injured to not start in a game and play Milner, Henderson and Harvey Elliott. He had to have a knock or something like that.
Well, he can't make up because he actually played 30-odd minutes.
I know,
but... so I can't understand...
I think he's left him out tactically.
Yeah, I think he's left him out tactically. If he can come and play 30 minutes at Old Trafford, then he can't have a knock.
No, I agree.
And if he's got a little knock, I'm sure for being one of those type of people go, I want to play.
Never play from the start.
Yeah.
In a game like this where you cannot lose if you're Liverpool, you cannot lose first and foremost. You take a draw and then you move forward, but you don't lose at Old Trafford and let United go above you. Yet they lost it in the first 30 minutes. Alanga missed a great chance. He scored the goal. He got another one.
I think possession stats show, don't they, that Liverpool really lack creativity. You think 70-30 in Liverpool's favour. It suited United to play on a counter-attack and win the ball and get up the pitch, and they did that with plenty of pace.
Gentlemen, we can talk live to the Manchester United captain, Bruno Fernandes, now at Old Trafford. Bruno, thanks for joining us. How significant a night and a win and a performance is that for you and your team?
No, obviously it was really important for us winning today. Our start of the season was not good enough. We need points. More than that, we need to give something better than we did before. I think we show a great character, really good intensity, and we get the result that we want. That was the most important. We get finally 3 points.
How important was it to score first tonight with that first half performance and go in front?
No, obviously for us it was important because in the past we have been conceding goals first and then scoring, and obviously I think against Brighton the team was playing good. When we conceded the goal, we dropped too much. The confidence was not that good, and obviously I think today after we score, we have a chance before that with Elanga, and we have some good combinations up front, but obviously scoring first was really important for us.
Bruno, Paul Scholes, well done, mate.
Thank you very much, Paul.
Great win. I was just wondering, was the plan tonight to go a little bit more direct? We obviously saw the mistakes of trying to play out of Brentford last week, and I thought tonight playing direct was a lot more in the plan, the tactics of the game, and it seemed to work, especially with the pace of Marcus. I thought Marcus was excellent tonight. Was that something you'd worked on?
No, of course. We know that Marcus, when he has to play up front, he's very quick. We knew it that also Liverpool wants to play with a high line. They want to hold the line, and we knew it that we will have space behind them. So Marcus was doing a great job running behind. Anthony Elanga too. Jadon did some really good runs too. And also in the second half, we have with Anthony and Cristiano, we get some chances. Obviously, it was something that we work on because. Last game we tried to play from the back. What we trained, but also that we knew it that if we can't play from the back, we have to go long. We didn't. We conceded some goals, some mistakes. That's it. It was done already. Tonight we did a better job. We knew it. What Liverpool wants from us. They want us to play from the back. They want to press. They want to go on the front foot. And for us was like, if we can play from the back, we play. If we can't, just go long to get that confidence back to have the ball again.
And you mentioned confidence there finally, Bruno. After everything that was said after the last game, how important was it to get a result in a performance tonight against a team like Liverpool for you?
Oh, I said before the game, it was really important for us. We know against Liverpool for everyone is more than a game. Obviously, counts 3 points anyway. But because of the last two games, of the way we finished last season, it was important for us today to do the first step in the league, to finally get the first 3 points. And but now it's done. We have to think already in Southampton. We have to carry on this spirit, this attitude, this desire that we have today, the passion that we showed. We have to carry on and do it every week, every game, and get the same result.
Very well played. Thanks very much indeed for joining us.
Thank you very much. See you guys.
Live reaction from inside the Manchester United dressing room with Bruno Fernandes. Here's the other side of the story from the Liverpool one with Andy Robertson.
Result you would have wanted, but how do you sum up that performance?
Yeah, obviously not great. It's definitely not been the start of the season we wanted. It's been really poor. We give every team a goal start, which that's the base of the game. You can't keep on giving yourself an uphill battle. We've conceded an early goal again. We've started slow again, and that's what needs to change. You can't keep on going behind, especially, probably in the warm-up and everything. It's the quietest that I've ever heard this stadium. Do you know what I mean? They wanted something to lift them, and we unfortunately gave them it. And then obviously they got behind their team, and the players reacted, and you end up finding yourself 1-0 down. We start the second half slow again. You find yourself 2-0 down. Then you start to find your rhythm. We start creating chances. We score a goal, and then we try and make them a wee bit nervous, but we didn't. To be fair, they seen the game out well. So, like I said, 2 points from 9 is not the start that we wanted. We need to pick our performances up individually and collectively very quickly, and we need to kickstart our season. That's for sure.
You say there about a slow start again. Can you put your finger on why so?
No, but we need to very quickly. You know, we need to come together. We need to address it as a team, because we can't keep on going out there, and it's easy talking about it in the changing room. It's easy talking about it before the game, but we have to go out and do it. We can't keep conceding goals. We have to be a team that starts the game well, that puts pressure on the other team, not the other way about. And you know, that's 3 games this season now. Maybe Crystal Palace a wee bit different. We started really well there and then get hit with a sucker punch, but Fulham started better than us. You know, they definitely started better than us today. Even when you go back to the end of last season, Wolves, Real Madrid, teams like that, Southampton, you know, that was the back end of last season, already kicked in. So it needs to change. We can't, like I said, in this league against good teams, you can't keep giving them a goal start, and just now, unfortunately, that's what we're doing.
Very honest thoughts of Andy Robertson there, and here now are the thoughts of his manager, Jurgen Klopp.
Obviously not what you were looking for. What's your thoughts on the game and how it unfolded?
Yeah, how it unfolded. So they were really aggressive in the beginning. It was clear. So it was absolutely clear what will happen. But then reality shows when you are ready, or if you are really ready. And I think in the beginning they were more aggressive than us in these kind of challenges. They got then, I think they hit the post so we were like passing around, stuff like this. It was a hectic game, obviously. And then they had the first chance, then they scored a goal. And then we took over, if you want. Then we played the game we wanted to play, more or less. Unlucky with situations, especially around set pieces, I think. I don't know how the one ball didn't go in. In a game like this, against an opponent like United, that would be obviously very helpful if you could score in this moment, going 1-1 in half time or whatever. We wanted... Actually, we showed the boys 2 situations where we did really well and where we just didn't arrive in the right moment in the box, stuff like this, where we were really passing around in the half spaces where they couldn't grab Bobby, where they couldn't, if we used him in that moment, we had the next midfielder free. So football stuff. And you can see the second one, that doesn't help. And then we score ours, and then it's a hectic game with a lot of interruptions, stuff like this. So, yeah, definitely not the result we wanted.
No, and both he and Andy Robertson there, Paul, were talking about the start. 7 games in a row, Liverpool have now conceded the first goal for the first time in their history in the league, and they don't know why it's happening.
It's a strange one. When you kind of think of, like, you know, how world-class, you know, Van Dijk is, and Matic and Gomez, you know, the 2 fullbacks. It's a very surprising stat, and but I think, you know, Jurgen had the probably fair assessment on the game. You know, you can't afford to go a goal down because you're always chasing the game, and then that plays into the other team's hands. But listen, as Macca said, from the start, they weren't aggressive enough. They weren't at the races. They're very lethargic. Yeah, they are missing players, but those periods of times when you haven't got players are injured, you know, you start looking in the Championship and League One where it's even worse. No, it's true. It's not. Two as well. Yeah, League Two. Sorry, mate.
Well, leave us out.
You know, you got to go through those situations, and you know, listen, Jota's a big miss and the centre forward's a big miss, but it wasn't about that today for me. It was about application. It was about attitude. It was about doing the right things at the right time, and for me, that's the reason why they lost the game.
But you reinforced what everybody knows and says before the game, that when these two come together as a player, no one needs to say anything to you. So what if there was any game...
And last year when they went behind, they won the games, and that's what's papering over the cracks to a certain extent. Fulham, they were slow. They started great in the Community Shield against the best team around. That was fine. But then, subsequently, they've started slow every time. And you knew after 5 or 10 minutes that they were in trouble today and they were not at the races. But someone then should have just said, right, everybody just come together for 10 minutes. Let's just defend. Let's just be collectively strong, clear our lines, and work our way into the game. But they didn't. The warning sign was Elanga's chance, and when he ran down the left wing and cut in between Trent and Joe Gomez, you thought there was a problem there, and they couldn't deal with it, and they still carried on playing as if they were winning 4-0 and spreading the ball around, and everybody was wide and playing little passes, and it was only a matter of time before they were going to get caught. And once they did get caught, that's when it's like, we better sharpen up again. But it is too late in games like this, because these games are more than just playing nice football and scoring goals that you can do against other opposition. This is Liverpool against Manchester United. And Liverpool went and battered them last year and got all the glory. But they have to take it this time because they were nowhere near good enough. Yes, they had majority of possession and stuff like that. And Manchester United, sat back and defended in the second half. But that's what happens. All that matters is the result. And Liverpool are languishing near the bottom of the league. Yes, they'll get out of it. But they've got 2 points now out of a possible 9, which is a massive problem.
And on that point, there's only one club that have ever not won in their first 3 league games and won the title in the Premier League era. They've got to fix this quickly. They can't get that gap between themselves and the top teams too big.
No, I totally agree. And, you know, you kind of think, you know, if you look at this Crystal Palace game, you know, look at the Fulham game, our team's trying to working them out now. You know, again today, you know, defend deep, Liverpool play the high thing, pace against the back four, they're creating chances. So, listen, they've done it before, Liverpool. They've been, you know, against City, nearly caught them last year. But, yeah, you know, the more you're down there, Macca's right, they're not going to stay down there once they get their strengths back in that. But you start giving 10 gaps to City, but even Tottenham, Arsenal, Chelsea, those teams, it's going to be a tough season for them.
So many good teams. Liverpool aren't out of it. Of course, there's so much quality. There's quality come back in the team. I think a lot of teams are going to beat each other this year. I think
I agree,
quality
be a little bit
right
different
down
in
the
the pattern, do you, this season?
Yeah, I think going right down really, Newcastle, Brighton, Brentford, these teams, they're a lot better than they used to be. So I think teams at the top will drop a lot more points than they have done in the past.
Just to round off, how important was it to United? What could it do for them tonight?
It was massive for United. They'd been in such a bad place. They've not played with that intensity and aggressiveness for... I can't remember. I saw that they were actually tackling people, which was great. In possession. They didn't have a lot of possession, but sometimes these games you don't need to. On Saturday might be a bigger test for them when they have to be in possession. They have to be better on the ball, but we'll see.
There is one night where you can smile at the end of it. Well done.
Hang on, mate. He said Liverpool will win, by the way.
Thank you very much indeed for your company.
Glad he won.